More than friends, less than lovers, pals. Oh, yeah.
Happy Palidays. Happy Palidays. Happy Palidays to you. Happy Palidays, pals.
I want you all to know, because again, I love giving credit where credit is due. Millicent, I think I was brushing my teeth for bed one night, and Millicent came in and goes, "Hey, were we thinking about calling the episode Happy Palidays?" And I said, "We are now."
It was one of those things where I think at this point in
It felt
brainstorming,
so right.
we do. It's funny having to look around a tree to see.
This is much. It is much bigger than anticipated.
Yeah,
I kind of like her being like, "Hello, hi." You know that audio that's
Yeah.
the hi.
Hello. In the course of your campaign, have you?
Hello.
Yeah.
That's her.
No, I think with our brainstorming at this point, our minds are melding to the point where I don't know whose idea is what anymore.
No, and that's why it's just like, I'm not going to take credit for anything.
The idea
It's like-
belongs to pals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's ours.
It's
Except
all
it
of
doesn't
ours
belong
now.
to you guys are pals, but it doesn't belong to you guys. And you get that.
And I don't want to toot our own horn here, but may I say, what a gift.
I love it when you toot it.
Get.
I didn't even mean it like that. I fully meant it like a horn.
She's always going to mean it like that. She's always going to mean it like that.
Bring back some little poop and fart jokes. Just a couple.
I am not on that side. I'm
For
not going to say I'm
Christmas-
anti all
for
of them, because a
Christmas?
tasteful one I think can be good.
For Christmas?
Give the gift
Maybe a
of
couple
dirty
more,
jokes.
A couple more toot fart jokes?
No, guys, this is
Christmas?
not a Pals official platform. I need everybody to know that. Pals, that's not an official stance.
And I don't want it a lot. I just, anyways.
So, giving.
Giving.
I think it would be, obviously, you're thinking, well, what are the pals going to talk about when it comes to Christmas? Obviously, friendship. Because the holidays is such a time of friendship
it's such that
and
time.
connection, and I don't want to sound shallow, but gift giving.
Yeah. Well, gift giving, too, I always felt, as somebody who would identify as one of my love languages being gift giving, I always felt slightly insecure. Not insecure, but it felt wrong to say, oh, one of my love languages is that. Because it is not that I'm give me stuff necessarily. It is more so the act behind the gift giving. It's what it symbolizes in that you thought of me and you got this.
Yes,
like you could get me a pebble on the side of the street and be like, I saw this pebble. I
thought of
thought you
you.
would like it. That's going to be on my shelf forever.
That's,
Forever.
it's the thought. It's the why did you think of
I'm
me?
gonna
That's
leave that
connection.
to I'm gonna leave that to my descendants, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's one of those pebbles that somebody gave her."
Well, that's why I think gift giving is so hard, because giving physical gifts. Okay, so guys, we had a whole plan to open gifts. Here, we were gonna pull out gifts for each, and in each side of the gift was gonna be one of
the
our
gifts
topics.
of friendship.
Okay.
Like,
These are the gifts of friendship. But so imagine with us, if you will, we're picking up our first gift,
and it hurts me because I would have loved to wrap those. I love wrapping
Millicent
gifts.
right before the camera. I knew that we had forgotten, but Millicent right before the camera turns on goes, "We didn't wrap the gifts." And I was like, I know, I thought of that earlier.
I spent all my time focusing on the paper chain.
she
and I
starts-
should have been focusing on the gifts.
She starts going, looking around for a box.
Well, because here's
and
the
I go,
thing.
it's
if
gone.
Maddie had given me 10 minutes, I could have mustered. So I could have come up.
But
with
you know what I
something.
said? It's a chance for us to practice our mime work. So, if you will,
Okay,
imagine.
you want me
brother,
to pick up
I
the
think you
first
should.
gift?
Yes, I think you should.
Thank you, brother.
This is the first
Wow.
gift for you.
Oh, it's big.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Bit- I got you something special.
Whoa. Look at this, guys.
Biggin.
I'm working on my mind.
It's rattling a little.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Yeah, guys, remember this is beginner mime work.
I'm gonna actually put it on the ground real quick because it's so big. No.
So big. You see that. You see the weight she's carrying it with. Wow, that must have been heavy. Well, ribbon, we saw that. Must have been a beautiful silk ribbon. Lovely. Wow. Kind of a clown ribbon, if you will.
Here we go.
She loves it.
You shouldn't have.
She's reaching in. It's deep. You forget how deep it is.
It's actually pretty small, which is surprising for the size of the box, but
It's one of those gifts.
the first
It's
gift of
small.
friendship is the literal gift giving.
We figured we'd get this one done because we do want to talk about the joys of giving actual things
Yes,
to
because we love
your
it.
friends, because we do love it.
We both have running lists of Halloween costumes on our phones and running lists of gift ideas for people
Yeah.
throughout just any time.
Because I think I'm usually disappointed when I go to like holiday gift guides and it's all stuff that's good and it's very practical. And like if I ever got it, I'd be so happy with it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to give something that's got a little
Yeah.
I know you spice to it.
Yes. Because, or even like, if there was one or two inside jokes that stuck a little hard and they are tied to something tangible.
Get it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun little giggle. You get to tell a story at a party if you're opening it in front of other people.
A good it's just like one long inside joke. You're like, you guys are going to love this.
It's a pickle jar and it's like, you remember? You remember?
You guys weren't there. Okay, you did need to be there, but I'm going to go out and tell it.
We're going to hold this party hostage for the next 45
That is
minutes.
just something we would do, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm role-playing us.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah. I actually I said to Maddie the other day, my mom had asked for a Christmas list, and I came in and I was like, I've reached the point in life where socks are on my Christmas list.
She did say that. She said it kind of with a sigh, and I was like, that's okay. I've seen a lot of cool socks this year. I think it's just growing wiser.
Yeah.
And
and also, I'm sick of you guys noticing holes in my socks and saying stuff.
Well, I will say,
I'm not walking around with holes all in my socks.
To defend our behavior of calling you out, I think if you were behaving, if your feet, may I, if they were behaving in a way that most other feet go about their day walking, the normal stuff walking, I don't think anybody would really notice or really care.
They're gonna be like,
but it's
what
the
is
fact
she
that
doing
it's
with her
when
feet?
you're sitting watching a TV show or eating your dinner, and a little toe comes out next to you, and all of its friends are bundled up, but one lone toe is sticking out, and it's moving. It's moving.
Okay.
And you're trying to ignore
Sometimes
it. But sometimes it's flicking, and I'm like, does it need help?
Oh, don't out me like this. Yeah, guys, okay, yeah. I fidget. All parts of my body are fidgeting, okay? That includes my toesies. I watched a lot of Curious George growing up. I blame it on that.
The impact, I wish I could go back in time and like clone baby Millicent and just do a lot of, not harmful, she would love them, but tests on her. Just be like, what content can I feed her that she'll just absolutely absorb? Who will she become? Who could I make her?
The gift of giving.
Literal gifts are such a fun way to say, well, you know what, the literal Office quote, I hate to quote The Office on here.
No, please do.
But when he's like, a gift is a way of showing, like, I love you, this many dollars worth, which that's not true. But
I think it's
kind of
this many thoughts worth.
Yes.
Take that. Take that to the bank and then say, this actually isn't money, it's thoughts.
The number
And
of
then leave that bank.
videos I have saved of, like, craft gift ideas, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And I don't always have time for that, but I do try to do, like, I think one thing, I just like sitting and crafting, so it's more so thinking about, okay, I've got these categories of friends. I can do 3 crafts that I can do in like a couple of nights. And that to me is very enjoyable and also way less expensive. Some of us can't be going on holiday gift guides and looking at stuff for our friends. Some of us got to get creative.
Yeah, but those ones are always like, I feel like more appreciated.
Yeah.
Because it's like someone really like thought about me and thought about what I would like, or
Maddie,
like use their talents to give me something that they are good at, which I think is very fun. Like those are my favorite kind of gifts.
Can I say my favorite gift that you've given me?
Yeah.
Well, Maddie's given me a lot of great gifts, but last year I had told her that we talked earlier in that year about how I had a and I want to preface this actually with something because I'm a little bit scared. I don't want to be what's it called? Pigeonholed?
Sure.
I think. I had a toy Stitch doll as a child that somebody had given me, okay? I think somebody I'd gotten it out of the blue, and my mom wasn't the kind of lady that wanted a blue alien. Her daughter wearing like crinoline skirts and buckle up shoes and white tights. She wasn't loving the concept of me carrying around a blue alien. So needless to say, Stitch disappeared. And there's hey, listen, we're all, time has passed. I'm past it now, Mom. I'm past it. So I had told Maddie that I had this Stitch doll that I really, really loved. And last year at Christmas, I opened up a box and Maddie had gotten me that Stitch doll. Now, I want to say something right now, and I want to stop you before you're like, oh, so Millicent likes Stitch. Because Maddie has latched on to this, and every time that we see, because there's a lot of Stitch stuff. It's Mickey and Stitch, especially right now. And there is, and let me be clear,
it's their season for some reason.
If you're a Stitch person, more power to you. I love that for you. Really, I do. but I'm not a Stitch person. I'm not wearing this. I don't have
understand that it's like a type.
Yeah, I don't have a bumper sticker on my car of Stitch breaking out of the glass. You know, that's not. It is confined to that doll. So I just want to make that clear. But that gift really meant everything to me. I cried. I did cry. Yeah,
I did feel a little almost like. As you were opening it, I think I was like,
that's a bomb in there.
Oh no, yeah. Because I've been so excited to get it for her because I was like, oh my gosh, it was such an easy gift. Like you had mentioned it like a while ago. And I think
probably once or twice too.
Yeah, and I think I'd written it down, and because it'd always been like a haha funny story that we tell, but like obviously like haha funny, but like
get that girl.
I know my brother was hurt. Like she can tell it now with like a joke and a smile, but I know that was a painful time for little Millicent. So it was an easy gift to get. Just buy it online.
Yeah.
And then
but it was
but as she was cutting it open, I was like, uh-oh. And we were with Bree, and I was like, I kind of feel bad like hitting her with another person here too. This felt like it should have been a private moment.
She had put a note in it that was like in Stitch's handwriting, and it said, "Hi Mills, I is back. Love S."
I like that you have it memorized.
It hangs above my desk. It's hanging above my desk.
See, you know what? But I think every time we have talked about this, I have been like, we've talked about like gift giving in general. I think I've been like, I have a hard time remembering what I gave people, and I have a hard time remembering what I got people, even though I do put a lot of thought into gifts. Mm-hmm. Like, I do consider myself a fairly thoughtful gift giver, but I think it's just like, I think I'm just someone who wants to excel in every category, and I think I'm like, gift giving. Like, I'm doing it, but that's not necessarily mine. But I love doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I really can't remember. I can't remember gifts that I've given. I can't remember gifts that I've gotten.
I can categorically go through every single thing that Maddie has gotten me in order of when she got it for me. Well, and if you've ever given me anything, answer. I remember.
No, and
that's not so me beautiful. Even being like, and I remember my pal. You guys know this at this point. I mean, this is pals. Come on, we're not
come on,
beating each other ever.
But that is something. Well, I remember I had a friend, and my friend Erin was always like, I feel guilty that like my love language is gift giving. She's like, I feel so materialistic to be like I
don't want somebody to feel pressured by me doing
this. Like it's I think it kind of falls in line with acts of service. Like to me, it kind of feels like a branch of that. Mm-hmm. Which is just like when somebody does something for you, like, is that what makes you feel loved and cared for? Or is that how you like to show your love and your care?
Yeah. I think also the whole concept of giving is not confined to material at all. Like where the acts of service, you're so right. It really does go into that, because there will be people who I've known people who our friend Emma, I know, has watched people's kids before, like as a
gift, amazing.
Obviously
gift.
Not a material thing, but it is. But wildly, like just
it's
literally,
also like expensive. Yeah, to get a babysitter and someone you trust.
Yeah, and someone who's as good with kids as Emma is. Anyways, but
truly, it's there. Everybody has something to give in some way.
Or even like I'm just thinking about like gift giving in general too. It's like you can do those little. I love when people do the little coupon books. I think that's so fun. Yeah. And you can do it really like specific to your friendships or your relationships.
If you're going to do those, don't just do like one hug.
Yeah.
Like one, like whatever. Do something that's like maybe a little cheeky. Like
be like, we'll watch this. We'll watch that movie that you've been wanting to. Yeah. We'll watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or something like
that. Guys, we spent Thanksgiving at my family's, down in San Diego with my brother. And we're watching the Star Wars movies with Millicent. She's watching most of them for the first time. We just watched Empire Strikes Back. We finished watching a 2.5 hour long movie. Before the credits have even, like, the top words have even gone past the screen, like, they're scrolling.
I think They Will Return or whatever was disappearing out into the stars.
And Gabe instantly switches off, and all of a sudden Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is playing. We were like, what? And Gabe was like, Mom hasn't seen this yet. And I was like, we're not watching this right now.
Yeah.
We're not watching
3-hour-long movie
about animal abuse right now? My God.
I remember leaving that theater and being like, I'm not okay.
See, I think and I know my mom's so chill, so she would have just rolled with it, but I was like, I gotta put my foot down right now because we're all gonna chat.
Yeah.
We all were in a chatting mood. We wanted to talk about Star Wars. We had paused Star Wars halfway through because we all wanted to talk about it so much. Because my brother had written down notes to talk about, but he didn't
which was actually really exciting because
was
he was
very
writing
fun.
down. He was like, Millicent, you mentioned in that one scene that you thought it was cool that the stars looked like that. Well, actually, it's, and I was like, you've been writing notes on what I'm
A lot
saying.
of them were Millicent specific, which was really because they were Millicent comments that she'd just been like, I'm surprised that robot can only do this. Gabe was like, well, actually, they're working on an AI thing that goes into this. And we were like,
and that's the repercussions of Star Wars.
yeah, it was incredible. It was a great time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Gift giving, literal gift giving.
Mhm.
I think what we're trying to say here is you don't got to spend. If you've got money to spend. I can't wait till I got money to spend. I'm gonna spend it on you.
I am going to get out of control. People are going to be begging me to
Whatever
stop.
you want. You know how who sent, and this is such like it's so gross sounding, but someone sent the Kardashians that champagne vending machine that gets like refilled every like other week. That goes so hard.
No, honestly,
To be able to gift that, I don't want to get that. I want to be able to give that to someone.
Yeah. I just want to, like, there are so many
Someone
rich
who
people.
needs it.
That is one of the only times that I've seen the Kardashians being rich in the way that they truly should be in terms of having fun. Because if you're going to be outrageously rich, one, give to charity, two, be fun with it.
Have fun.
Oh my
Do
gosh,
something
having
fun.
an empty house. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Make your
No.
house Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese.
the empty houses are crazy. Or just pay a designer you like and let them go crazy.
I saw Cara Delevingne's.
Give back to your community. Pay a local artist or something.
Please. Pay us. We won't necessarily
We'll
paint on
be
the wall.
your live-in jesters. Whenever you ring a bell, we'll come. As long as we can use the hot tub, whenever we want.
We're talking day, night.
We get food from the private chef, but we'll sneak it when you're not looking.
Yeah.
We'll be
But you
under
know
the
we're
table.
taking it, so we're not actually scared. We're under
So
the
don't
table.
keep saying where'd my fries go.
We'll be like the mouse in your house, you know? Two little mice. Two little mice
Unless you're in
scampering
the
out
bell.
in the night.
Literal gift giving.
Literal
So
gift
if you have a lot of money to give, sure, give something
Oh my
cool.
gosh, go crazy with it.
Have fun. But if you don't, there's just so many like little, even writing a card, like writing a simple card to somebody, that's a physical gift.
There it is. You
And
did
it's
it. Congrats.
Beautiful. Also, origami videos are so easy. Write a little letter, origami it into a heart. We did that one night and it was
Things got tense. I'm
the
going to
way
be honest. I was locked
Millicent
in.
and I like transformer, like lock.
Origami is also like, it is like a magic trick in the way that you'll be folding it and you're like, I have no idea. And then they're like, turn it over. It's a butterfly.
Turn it over. It's your face. Guys, I think we did an origami night with our friends, and it was more of like I think you had gotten that book. hadn't you? And it had all
I
these
got, there
papers.
was some paper on sale at Michael's.
Because honestly, cutting the paper to the exact right size is harder than you think, I feel like. Because then sometimes if it's not exactly a square,
And
it's like a
origami
little
paper,
off.
you do need that texture
Yeah.
because the printer paper is not
So when
fun.
you got it, you got to use it. So we had people over. We were doing the tutorials, and everyone was like kind of getting confused. Something about Millicent's incredible at crafting. There are specific crafts that I will get really into, but they got to be kind of like a specific kind. But something about origami really met in the middle for us. And we were like, people had questions. We were like, yeah, here you go. You messed up on step 4. That's what happened. Like, we were just.
We're like, right, we're actually going to unfold
yeah,
this
here's where you
one?
went wrong. Common mistake.
You're
I
going to
did that
be
at
fine.
first,
You're going to
too.
be fine. We're going to get you caught up
We've
with
never
everybody
done
in the
this
rest of the group.
before. And again, every time it would be like the heart one, especially. It was like we were like, how? And we were like, only had one step left. And we were like, how are we gonna get here? Flip it over.
my gosh, it's a
making
heart.
that. I did that.
My hands?
Now imagine if you unfold it and there's a little note in it. I actually always hated when people do that because they'd be like, well, no, I don't got the origami thing.
Well, I tried to refold it because
I
I'd be
didn't
like,
know
maybe I
it.
can follow their steps. Never worked.
No.
Yeah. We did find somebody on YouTube who was very good at teaching origami.
Yeah. Elegant hands.
Yeah, very. Very elegant.
So that's something you can give. We have a friend, Thomas painted a picture for you one time. That's an incredible gift.
Rocked.
There's so many easy things to give to people. Honestly, even like coffee. Like getting like being like, oh, here's $5 for coffee today. Sending something with intention.
Boom. Yeah, did it.
Mm-hmm.
You can gift give. Even you. My mood ring is black because it's so cold in here.
Oh, guys, we do have a little heater over there. We are a little worried about it catching on fire in here.
We're watching.
Yeah.
We got eyes on it.
And when we
Ooh.
get back, I think
I think you've got something under the tree to
it's
unwrap.
a gift from me.
House.
Ho ho ho.
My brain was like, make sleigh bell sounds with your mouth. Impossible.
Not impossible.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Come on. That's pretty good. How's that?
Did that sound like sleigh bells?
That sound like sleigh bells at all?
Guys, please say it sounded like sleigh bells.
How'd that sound?
was
I was jiggling some
trying.
balls over here with
I was trying.
the quickest note. There is a Capital One commercial going around right now already. Don't love those. But they are using the Sweaty Balls, the SNL Sweaty Balls sketch. If you've never seen it, Google SNL Sweaty Balls. It's a whole sketch where they're NPR girls. And
Well, I think we're going to make this a tradition. Every episode, we're going to make
we're gonna tell you
and
watch
go to an
one
SNL
video.
sketch.
Last week was Kendrick's Not Like Us.
Oh, that's true.
So it'll be a video of our choice. Pals pick.
Either SNL
Pals
or Kendrick.
Pick. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be one of those two things. But the whole joke is that this guy has this recipe and his last name is Schwetty, and he has famous like balls that are like these like balls, Christmas balls or whatever. So obviously the joke is that it sounds like sweaty balls, ha ha ha. And it is fun, you know. It's a fun sketch because they're so serious about it as the NPR ladies. Anyway, the Capital One commercial has those two women on it. They're paired Molly Shannon and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. Annie Glazier, I think. They are doing the bit again. But the bit is, they're not saying really anything inappropriate. They're just kind of being like, oh, wow, we can get a cash back, blah, blah, blah. As if the joke was that they were
Capital
NPR
One.
ladies talking about anything. But the joke of that is that their demeanor, but they're talking about a dirty thing.
Hey, Capital One, you want to get in the ring? Oh, you want to get in the ring with a silly, goofy commercial? Say Sweaty Balls.
Say it.
Do it.
They had one that like kind of says something a little dirty sounding, but it's like, if we can do that, what was that gas commercial where it was like,
oh, big gas savings.
big gas savings. Okay, if
Or
we can do that.
free shipping, they'd be like, I just shipped my bed. They're like, I just shipped my nightie. Like, guys, the way that my family would pull those up all the time.
Yeah.
Because there was big gas, there was
We really grew up in the
shipping.
prime of like funny commercials. Like they're not funny anymore because we played them a lot.
Yeah. But they were really
Back in the day, like the Old Spice. Okay. Guys, I have a gift to open. We could talk about commercials. We will do a commercial podcast. When we do our first commercial, the topic will be commercials.
Yeah.
But I think I have a gift here.
Oh, mime work with Mandy. Ooh, okay. Oh, whoa!
A ball. Oh, sorry, lost it.
Amazing rap
Ball.
work. You
Okay.
can't
Oh, it's one of those you got to pull it
even...
where it's like all wrapped up in like a tape.
Oh, yeah, like it wraps around. You guys get it. Yeah. No, I had a lot of time rapping. Yeah. Whoa! Oh, no. Now there's just tape everywhere. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's down. Oh. Pretty
little.
fun, huh?
It's a liquid pill bottle.
Oh, my goodness. Wait 12 hours and it'll come out.
No, it's a little scroll and it says it's the next gift of friendship, the gift of time. Wow. So now we've moved past literal gift giving
Did
and
you
we're
guys get
talking
chills?
about something else that you can give, which is your time.
Your time.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm so busy.
I have no time.
I am the most busy.
I actually have no time to give whatsoever.
And I believe that.
Mhm.
We're not talking necessarily about even making time.
No.
We're talking about using the time you already have.
Embracing it. Taking time and going, come here, yo.
It's the holiday season and it's busy. You're busy with a lot of things that on the surface are very fun, like gift giving, but can be a little stressful when you've got a lot of gifts to give.
Yeah.
It's a lot at once. A lot of money, a lot of time to run around and get all the gifts, think of the gifts.
You're going to have to do those things. There's a lot of obligations in this time
There's
period.
holiday parties,
Yes.
which again should be fun, but you're like, I got to go to this thing on this night and this thing on this night.
It's just about being like, let me get into the mindset of, you know what? Convince yourself. Convince yourself until it's real that this is part of it and this is part of like remind yourself what it's about. And
If
it's
you're
about
like
the people.
I think the best example again is like there's a lot of parties during this time that you kind of have to go to because it's like my work party or like whatever. You're going to have to go to those or like family gatherings. You're going to have to be there already. Try to be there.
Yeah.
Try to like, because there's so many other places that you could be mentally and be like, oh my gosh, when I get out of here, I got to run to the store and pick up the kids and I got to blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you're there for a reason. Be there.
You're not going to
Don't
get there any
waste that
faster.
time by thinking about the next time and then waste that time by thinking about the next time.
Yeah. Even if it's, oh, I have to go run these errands. be like, I'll make a little playlist for your Christmas music
Mhm.
and be like, I'm Santa
Yeah.
today for the next hour and a half. I'm playing Santa, or I'm a little elf. Like
If you're like, I have to run
I'm
around,
an elf.
Yeah, like if you're like, I have to run around Target today and get like do a bunch of gifts. Bring your headphones, listen to a podcast, listen to pals,
Listen to us,
listen to us,
guys.
That's
we'll
a
be
great
there with
idea.
you in Target.
Come on,
We're there.
Maybe we are right now.
Honestly. That'd be
could be.
crazy.
We could be.
Wow.
But there's a lot, and we were gonna kind of talk about some ways to give with your time.
Yeah.
Because again, one is just being present.
Mm-hmm.
Like be there in that moment with those people.
Yeah. When you are there, being there, and like maybe putting down your phone for a little while.
Mhm.
Even I think
If
there
you're
is
like, oh, I don't get along with these people. Great challenge.
great.
We've been training you for this moment. Talk to people that you maybe don't relate to 100%.
Because at least at Christmas, you guys all have a common ground. You're
Mhm.
all doing crazy stuff for the Christmas season.
when in doubt, talk about the food.
talk about the food. Talk
And
about
maybe
like
you'll learn something about a recipe that somebody
yeah. Also, people are usually going home. They're usually doing all kinds of
Mhm.
things. Ask them about that, and then boom, you're into a hometown conversation. Easy.
Easy. Hometown conversation. Oh, it goes
Oh,
up
once
from
you're on the hometown, oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
so
you're going
sad.
straight to the top, baby.
Yeah.
You guys will be holding hands by the end of the night.
Okay, wait.
Platonically.
Enjoy the parties. Yeah, let the parties serve their purpose. And then we're also going to talk about, say you have maybe like, I just have like one free night. Last night we kind of had this similar thing where one of our friends, she was like, I have a free night. Our friend Bree, not our roommate Bree, we have a different Bree.
Two breeze.
Two Brees. She's our school teacher Bree.
Two breeze, lots of love.
Yeah. Spelled differently too.
Mhm.
One with an I, one with an E.
Helpful
But
for our
she
phones.
invited us over and she said, hey, you guys want to come over and watch some Christmas stuff and I'll just cook? She likes to cook. We said,
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
do.
come on over to when you're
Yeah,
cooking.
we
Because
do.
every time Brie has ever cooked, it is delicious.
it has knocked my socks off. She is our little Italian.
She really
She
is.
cooks, and she was like, she was gonna make one thing, and then she was like, oh, actually, it requires too many ingredients, so I'm just gonna make like what I have here, which is like gnocchi
Yeah.
and
Oh, I'm just gonna whip together some gnocchi.
and chicken parm.
no,
and-
she like made gnocchi. And then
Yeah.
she told us how to do it.
Yeah, she's just like, oh,
She didn't just give us fish.
She's like,
She
no, it's
taught
really
us how to
easy.
fish.
I'm like, I've never done it.
Never done it in my life.
It was, and then she was kept trying it and being like, nah, it needs a little more. I was like, this is incredible. This is the best meal I've had in weeks.
Weeks. Well, we just had Thanksgiving meal, which
Oh,
was
we
pretty
did just have
tasty. Yeah, actually,
Thanksgiving. That's right,
bad
sorry,
time of
guys.
year to have
Sorry,
to say that.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You get it. One of
Just-
the ways though that we have had connected with people
Mhm.
is we'll invite them over to our house.
Yes.
Under the idea that we are going to be watching the I want to say 2021 movie, Greta Gerwig film, Little Women. Now, if you have not seen Little Women, which
First of all-
was my Greta introduction, I
Yeah.
think. I don't think I had watched Frances Ha before then.
No, I hadn't.
I watched it immediately
Pause
after.
us. Open up your browser. Find the biggest television you can,
Uh-huh.
and go watch Little Women. Then come back. You know.
And
It's
you know we're
important.
going to talk about a certain edit during this too.
Mhm.
But that movie, if you haven't seen it, again, that was another movie that was so fun because everybody that saw it, like a woman of any age, like I feel like I knew older dudes that loved it,
Mhm.
younger guys that liked it.
They
like
really got it.
she
she
did. It
just
just was like a
got it.
story about sisterhood in a way that felt so relatable to everybody. Like that
We'll
like,
have a whole Little Women episode.
familiar love. Oh, there will
Somebody
be.
actually did say at one point, does this mean we're going to get a Little Women episode? Absolutely.
Yeah,
at some point.
absolutely.
Yeah. But we can't do it until we have a petticoat budget.
Yes, I
Um,
looked on Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I did like
She
2
did.
days ago to see if we could find any, and I was like, if we could, we'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll be what this Christmas episode is. But
That movie is huge for us. That's one of the 3 movies we own, like
Yes.
on our TV. We own that.
because we're like we're
Yeah.
gonna watch it a lot.
Yeah.
It's just so well done, and it just is so. I think when we talk about the importance of having diversity in our directors, and I'm even talking about just women are still included as diverse in directing field. I think looking at Greta's movies are just such, and there's so many female directors that have been doing this for so long, but they're just like they aren't given the budgets, and they are doing smaller movies. Getting to see Greta just like nail what it means to be a woman in a way that I think was almost shocking to see on film how accurate it was, and kind of being like, I don't see this that often.
No.
Like there'll be twinkles of it in certain things, being like, wow, it
Yeah.
really did. But this like thing from start to finish, just really like you see yourself in like each of the girls.
It was such an authentic celebration of it,
Mhm.
and also
Yeah.
just exploration of
Yeah.
it, and every part of it, and also just the writing in general.
Yeah.
The story itself, the book, it was incredible. And so it.
I know men also might be like, and I think if you're a dude and you've never seen it and you're listening to this, Every guy I know that's watched it has really liked it, because I do think that there is the boy character I think especially personifies like male yearning in such a beautiful way, that not only he goes through loss that I think is very relatable love-wise to men, but then he also goes through, like, he wins. He gets a big W in the end.
Yeah, he gets a big dub.
So I think it's very encouraging to men in that way of feeling like, hey, if she says no, maybe your sister.
And it's also just a cast of beautiful actresses, just like
who are all like
just
at the top of their
incredibly
game.
talented.
So good.
Every single one of them, so great.
And again, okay, the only video I'll plug is go just Google Greta Gerwig directing Little Women, because the behind the scenes
I was gonna say
videos,
there's 2 videos we're gonna
well,
plug.
the edit one we'll talk about because we haven't talked about the game yet. But the Greta one is just so cool to see the actors talking about how they would rehearse it, and Greta wrote the dialogue so that like during the group scenes it would literally be like half of their sentences all just talking over each other. She was like, I just want it to sound like this cacophony of women, which is just,
it's so real.
which my dad literally this weekend was like in the car on the way back from Wicked was like, I feel like I'm having to keep up with 4 different conversations at once. And I was like, we are. And it is crazy because I told him, I was like, there's guys on TikTok going to brunch with girls and being like, you all are saying talking at once but comprehending what each other is saying, and 4 different storylines are going. It's crazy.
Oh, I love the chatter of a room full of ladies.
Which brings us to our game. Do you want to tell them our game?
So
I think we've maybe talked about
the
this
reason
on here
that
before.
Little Women is allowed to be during this Christmas episode is because it does start out at Christmas. The story starts at Christmas.
And it's very like wintry,
warm and cozy and like familial.
There's a lot of times in winter.
Yes. Very, very, very cozy.
Very cozy
fireplace in the thing. Anyways, I don't remember how it started.
I do. Because it was one night where one of the guys, a lot of times Melissa and I remember that we're adults and we're like, we can do anything. This is how we ended up watching Iron Man 1 on a Tuesday like 2 weeks ago.
What a rush.
I think we were alone. It was back at the Perch Apartments and we were alone for the night. Like I think Jillian was going to be out and we were like, we haven't watched Little Women in a minute.
Yeah, guys, we do try to watch it.
And we hadn't watched it in a while.
Year.
And so we were like, let's watch it. We were alone. And I think it was maybe a Friday. Like I think we were kind of like, we had nothing else to do. I think like I don't think I was working at the time. And so we were like, we have some boxed wine. Let's just make an evening of it. So we bring out our wine. We're sipping it like cool, casual during the movie. And then I was like, hey, drinking game idea. What if every time you
have to feel it.
You feel the pull of sisterhood.
Yeah.
You feel the pride and love for your fellow humans in this room. You have to say, you raise your glass and you declare, my little women. And then everyone in the room has to take a sip. And Melissa was like, every time we feel it, because I knew she knew that she was going to be feeling it.
It's a Greta Gerwig film.
But then
I'm going to feel it.
The only other rule is when Bob Odenkirk comes in. Finally, when
Papa comes home.
And he embraces his girls and declares, my little women. You got to finish your drink. But you know when it's coming. So you could be at the end of your glass. You know, you can pace yourself out.
Yeah.
But we've played it a few times now. And it was fun last time because we got to play it with our book club.
Yeah,
because we had done it for our book club. Mostly because Melissa and I were like, what if we watched the movie?
What if that was our first book club, actually?
Yeah.
And our roommate, Brie, who's a props master, had just wrapped on like a Civil War era movie. So guys, we had so much stuff. We had these tea sets. We had these lanterns. Brie just kept going, I also have this stuff. And we'd be like, yeah, that's actually perfect.
Wonder what our house looks like. I think maybe I've said this on here before, but one of my friends was like, said that his roommate was asking the other day, like, what our house looks like. And he was like, oh, it kind of looks like every prop from a sitcom, like in a home. And that's
because it literally is
props from a variety of things. Sometimes it's Civil War documentaries. Yeah, so she had these little candles.
Yeah, those rocked.
It
Loved
was
those
amazing. It really added to that.
We have a huge billiards lamp.
Tea is so cheap. Heat up some water, make some tea for your friends, and watch Little Women.
We have a massive billiards lamp that looks like glass, like it's a stained glass huge lamp, but it's a prop. It is just plastic with paint on it.
Sent to us from a strip club in New Jersey. It wasn't in that, but they had filmed a scene in there, and they had like it up in that. Brie had to buy it, and then they wanted to get rid of it, so they shipped it to our house.
Yeah, you guys.
We'll take it.
Call us a landfill,
We've got
baby.
a lot of room up here. We haven't gone up yet. So give your gift of time, because the Little Women is such a special time that I look forward to every year because it's a movie that I love. It's a movie that it silences a room. There is, when you are in, that's why I love, guys, go to the movies. To be in the theater.
And shut up at the movies.
And shut up and put your phones down.
Oh my goodness. Be quiet. What are we doing?
Guys,
I'm sorry. You guys, pals, I'm
maybe
so
not
sorry.
you guys. It might not be you guys.
Not you
but
guys.
I've seen a lot of stuff online, and we've personally experienced it. We had one screening of Wicked that was like, we've gone a couple times, that was insane.
It was actually
people
crazy.
over here were way too drunk. Getting rowdy is one thing, like, because at the beginning they were like cheering for the movie and it was fun.
And that's fine.
The theater's
yeah,
but
you're
then
clapping
they
for Nicole Kidman. I'm clapping with you.
did not stop talking at the screen about the movie the whole time.
It was crazy.
People over here, she was on Instagram Reels. Then when the monkey shows up, she starts going, "It's Caesar! It's Caesar!" The monkey from Planet of the Apes, which she promptly, her friend goes, "Who?" And she goes, she's talking over this person.
Full
I don't know
volume,
why
by
they
the
don't
way.
need to know, but she's
Full
telling this
volume.
person, "It's Caesar." Her friend goes, "Who?" She goes, "From Planet of the Apes. It's Caesar." Girl, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I get nervous, and like, we are yappers. Let's
People
be
behind us
clear.
were chomping on popcorn during the pivotal final
Oh
moments
my
of
gosh.
the film.
When we were watching it in San Diego, during Defying Gravity, right as she is walking in, and they're about to decide, is she gonna get on the broom or not? Someone is opening the loudest bag of candy I have ever heard in my life.
Guys, it was crazy.
I wanted to just go, really?
Yeah.
Now?
I truly felt like I was going to be a Robin Hood of that theater if I said something, because I was so close. You guys, you can wait.
You can wait.
Let's practice a little
Or
self-control.
when the movie starts, as the previews are on, go ahead and open that up.
Open it up, prep yourself.
Yeah.
Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I get it. If there's kids, if there's some reason that you need to have it like emergency, I get that. There is a way now too, if you have an iPhone, that you can do a Do Not Disturb that allows certain people's messages to still go through.
Also, make a show of trying to conceal it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that's all
because
that
it's the
matters.
audacity that bothers me.
It's when people are out there. Yeah.
When
we
someone
could go on and on.
Sorry. And again, pals, we're not saying this is
not
you. It's
but
not
if it's
you,
your
but
friends
spread the
too,
word.
hold them
Stop
accountable.
Stop them.
Oh my gosh, you know what's so cool? To not be on your phone.
Oh, it rocks, right?
Honestly, when you see someone that's like in the moment, I'm like, that person's cool.
Yeah.
That's we sound like two moms being like, you know what? And when someone says, "Here's a beer," I say, I actually prefer to have my hands free.
Actually, I don't need that to have a good time.
I'm high on life.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't say drunk is not high. Regardless. I'm sorry, I don't care about the difference.
I'm drunk on life.
I am. High, not even in my brain.
That is.
But the gift of time, being there. Just be there, guys. Be there. Truly say to yourself, this is Christmas. So this is Christmas.
Uh-oh. And what have we done?
You guys get, but that, I think that really.
We were gonna start
closes
writing
it
some
out.
Pals Christmas carols. That's what I was.
We
gonna
are.
say,
We're gonna
too.
have a Christmas
We'll
album.
just be
We're gonna
putting
have
Pals in it.
Christmas
well,
album.
the Christmas album. Well, obviously, we may as well announce it now.
Yeah.
We're announcing our first ever album. It's called the Palblum. Have we ever started it? No. Do we have any ideas?
We have one song that we've tinkered with in the works.
Oh yes. Actually, we do.
We do.
So I guess the Palblum is underway.
Yeah, and we also did have a pal send in.
Send in a remix. Yeah. If you're a DJ, again, reach out.
Our pal. Oh, I don't remember this pal's off the top
Or
of
it's an
my
Irish
head.
pal.
It was our Irish pal. I know
If you're
that.
in Ireland or Australia,
we mean this. Hey, right
we're
now, listen
gonna
up.
start making somehow. We're trying to figure out how to make some chat boards here because there's a lot of you in both of those areas. We get honestly, primarily the emails we get are from Ireland or from Australia.
Also, I think if you're an international pal, this is completely just housekeeping. If you're an international pal, I see you saying that our form on the website for contact isn't working. I think it is just international. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing wrong with the form in the U.S. No offense.
Feel free to DM us on Instagram though too.
And we also, I put our email, like our direct email address on the contact page now too. So that's just,
you can just do that.
Yeah.
That's guys.
Sorry,
thank you.
Sidetracked.
The gift of time, and the final thing I will say about the movies, because we were saying movies is such a good way to, because literally we went over to finish what we were saying. We used our free night last night to go over to our friend's house. She cooked us an incredible dinner, but pizza would have been fine too. Like you guys, it's easy.
Dino chicken nuggets, I would have been thrilled.
Honestly, so fine. And we said, well, we've never watched that new Lindsay Lohan, the first Christmas movie she did like 2 years
Her first
ago.
movie back.
Falling for Christmas. And it was a great time, you guys.
It had Trouty Mouth from Glee.
Yep. Yeah, it had a little girl that it was his daughter. he had no chemistry with Lindsay Lohan. And guys, I was a blast.
Guys,
we were having fun every
one of
second.
the worst, best movies I've ever seen.
And those movies are fun because then you can keep talking during them. Like,
Yeah,
you're
you don't
not
have to-
worried you're gonna miss a crucial
If I'm
plot
talking to you
point.
guys, I get it. He proposed. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We were gasping though at different parts too. Like this movie had us on the edge of our seats.
I was petting their cat and I was gasping and the cat would fly off the couch. I felt so bad.
It had us. We were in.
Yeah.
But the gift of time, and when a movie can silence a group of people, that energy,
Powerful.
the energy of when a whole room is laughing at the same thing, a whole room is like crying at the same thing, like something about it is just so beautiful.
And then you can all kind of process that together too.
But the silent scene, I think this is where we can
In
wrap
Little
it up,
Women.
is in Little Women, there's a scene. And
The scene.
everyone knows it's coming when you see Joe, our lead,
She's wearing a sick vest.
wearing a very cool petticoat with like a cool vest that is Laurie's, who is the boy. It's his. We see him wearing it earlier in the film. Greta Gerwig, if you see her talk about it, talks about like the nature of how they're the same person. It's very fun. The way she breaks it down is
when we stop
amazing.
recording, I need to.
But there is a moment where you see her coming over the hill. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and he's following.
Beautiful
and
movie, you guys.
He's trying to catch
trotting
up
behind her.
because she's
running. She's going, come on. Maybe we should run away from here and just hop on a pirate ship. She's dreaming. She's having fun. He goes quiet. We go quiet.
I have chills.
She goes quiet. She looks at him and goes. He doesn't say anything. Keep in mind, he still hasn't said anything. He's just looking at her. She goes, Laurie, no.
Don't do this because he's charging up.
Because he knows. And I think it's just such a relatable experience. And maybe not everyone, but like, I feel like there's just been I feel like everyone has had some sort of like tense moment of being
Don't
like,
do that.
this is the conversation of any kind. Doesn't even have to be romantic that you know is about to start happening.
And he says, no, Joe,
we have to have it out. Because guys, here's the thing. If you are, can I say something about Timothy Chalamet? And I am not a Chalamite. Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
I am not.
We're gonna speak.
It's not that I dislike him.
Speak
This is
on
what I'm
it.
gonna say. But I'm not like in his fan base. That's not like. But and again, shout out Club Chalamet. Love
the work you're doing.
Love the work
I think
you're
you're a revolutionary. I really do.
We'd have you on the pod. But
face reveal on the pod.
no, people have seen her face.
Oh right,
They found her. Timothy Chalamet. But if you've never seen a Timothy Chalamet movie, you can't be hating from outside the club. Because it truly,
and we get it. If like from the outside,
and
seeing him
I'm
smoke
not
that
like,
cigarette at that concert, I was like, ew, what are we doing?
I don't like his
Laurie?
his external personality, but him as an actor, he's a really good actor, and he's had so many different kinds of roles. And I know people make fun of him for like his kind of
Wonka.
like way. He kind of Jeff Goldblumey, like he has ways that he kind of speech patterns, but I think he just brings something different, and he's got this like. And him and Florence Pugh, those are two actors that have like an
There's
magnetic
something.
energy when they're on screen. And him, and again, I'm not like in love with him as a person outside of it, but him in Little Women, he nails it.
He nails it. But they have basically him being like, he has to just, he's got to get some things off his chest. He's like, my whole life.
We
like,
have been friends for so long.
And you have brushed
and you
me off.
understand
And
the
you've
reason
shut-
I'm still single. When a boy like me would be married,
Yeah.
you get it. We gotta have, and it's kind of fun. If you haven't seen, there's a couple different versions of Little Women. If you haven't seen, there's a Christian Bale version where he sang it to Winona Ryder, who's Joe in that version. It's
the
also,
way
but
that
it's interesting
every
'cause he
Little
plays it
Women
so different.
casting
He's like
has had
angry.
someone in it I love.
But it's so fascinating to see how people play. That's why, guys, this is why theater's cool. And I think people are learning that with Wicked, where it's like to see someone do the same role but different, like bring a whole new angle to it is so fun. Because Christian Bale is like really angry when he's delivering it. Yeah.
Whereas Timothy Chalamet is almost
He's
pleading.
pleading.
He's saying,
He's
"Give me
like,
a shit,
"I'm gonna
please. You see this? I'm dying here."
I swear to God, I'll marry your sister.
I swear to God. You said the word I marry your sister.
She's close enough. Give the gift of time. Spend time
And watch Little Women.
or call people on the phone. Write a card.
I think I actually pulled a muscle when we were freaking out
Oh,
over we have to have
Guys,
it out.
but if we seemed a little looser this round, between takes, I had to pause the camera and I started massaging hair and Milson was like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "No." Oh my gosh, I can't believe
then-
how good this feels.
But then I said, "You want? I can help massage your shoulder."
And
And
I
she goes,
said-
"Do it to yourself."
called the old redirects. And it worked great because she started doing it because I was like, also, my brother needs it. I appreciate brother. I got me covered, but you're going to want to get in on this. She started doing it. She was like, oh my gosh, we're tense. We've been sleeping on an air mattress for 4 days.
Guys. You don't realize you're getting older till you sleep on an air mattress for a couple of nights. Also, whoever created air mattresses, come here.
We couldn't have added a little padding.
Be better.
And we were on like a pretty good one.
Yeah, no, it was a great one.
It could have been worse.
That's nothing against the air mattress that we had. It was a really
it was great.
Air mattress.
When we get back, I think we have a final gift that's addressed to the pals.
We're gonna open it together.
The final gift of friendship. When we come back.
House.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classy kind of Christmas.
It's the holidays. Oh, sorry.
It's the Paliday season. Imagine if we could do smoke rigs.
That's guys on our Christmas album. There will be pauses for pulls of your pipe.
I don't even know if you could call what we're doing Poland. I think we're
yeah.
just
I've got nothing coming
I'm just
out.
Going.
For our audio listeners, we do have old timey pipes right now that we are
inhaling, and you might be saying, "Don't smoke, pals. Don't smoke." We're not. It's
We're
actually.
not.
Remember earlier when we talked about living with a prop master and how much it rocks. So Bree, during our commercial break, Bree, I remembered we were resetting some stuff, and I was like, "What if we had?" Bree has fake cigars, like movie set cigars and movie set like cigarettes. So it's like herbal, so it doesn't
so
smell.
it's not
and it
real
doesn't,
because
like,
you can smoke
hurt
them
you. Yeah.
inside.
So I was like, what if we found one of
So
those
if you're an actor who
cigars?
doesn't smoke too.
So I start going through the other things in the garage. There's like some boxes that she has labeled miscellaneous props. Then she has one just flat out labeled drugs because she was on a movie one time. She's been on a couple of movies where she's had to like have drugs, and we've come home and there's literally been fake like cocaine all over our living room. Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I'm
that
taking
rocks.
some big pulls.
So I called her and I was like, "Can we use one of your fakes?" Me on the phone being
Very
like,
good at this.
"Papa, can we use one of your fake
Really,
cigars?"
please? She was like, "Oh yeah."
please?"
She's always like, well, "I just get new ones if I need them."
So then she was like, "Yeah, check the drug box." So I open up the drug box, and then I get to say, I literally was like, "I saw these." Oh.
She turns on and goes, "They have pipes."
"We have pipes." I'm gonna relight mine because I like puffing
Mine
it.
keeps dying, guys,
know.
and I keep inhaling whatever this is. This herbal like it kind of tastes like dried tea flowers. You're like, it's not very good. But yeah, we are smoking indoors, but not really smoking.
Guess you could say we're the coolest people around. Don't be intimidated by it.
Here, let's do a pose because we're gonna need one for the thumbnail. You know, you guys, sometimes we do this for you.
I think that's good. I think we got it. Wait, let me try.
Do we nail it?
Do you think
How was
we nailed that?
Classy.
Hope we picked the right one.
Yeah, mine is really not.
I'm gonna put it.
I'm gonna
down.
put mine down for a minute.
I don't really want any more.
It's not being lit. It's a lot of work, and I keep eating it. But it was a fun joke, right?
Wasn't that fun? Didn't you guys have a good time with that?
Come back and go.
Okay,
Shut
those are gonna.
up!
I
Look at
just
what they're doing.
know
No,
those are
it's
gonna
good.
take
It's
over.
good. It's fine.
We're gonna
No
actually.
one.
tell
I'm
them.
gonna kick it. It's gonna be me. If you notice too, if you're watching on YouTube, that the lights are
the
on
lights
now.
are on.
Just realized we hadn't turned those
last
on.
part of the epi
So,
is gonna be
woo-hoo.
pretty fun. We're smoking cigars inside.
Yeah.
We got our lights lit.
Kind of like a
That's the
fun bar in your hometown.
That's the kind of vibe you can expect around here.
People are gonna ask you too many questions. That's our energy. But we've got one last gift. It's assigned to the pals.
It's addressed to both of us, so I mean,
Should
we
we-
both just?
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
it's
it's
kind of
nice.
tiny. Oh, it's
Aw.
nice. You want to take the lid off? Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's really sweet. We shouldn't have.
We got it for ourselves. We were naughty.
Oh, it's
It's
the gift of no.
knowing and being known.
Should we try that again?
I'm gonna leave that in, but this is for you guys just to know we can do it.
And that doesn't mean that we're always cutting it to say things at the same
No.
time. We just both.
No,
It's-
it's a gift of knowing and being known.
Oh, it's the gift of knowing and being known. See?
You can clap now.
Yeah, only took 2 tries.
And
2 days.
that brings us to our third and final gift,
The gift of knowing and being known. As you so clearly heard us say at the same time.
which, there's a lot of different ways to know and be known. You
Yeah.
can know like personal things that have happened in somebody's life, but I think sometimes that's how we judge how close you are. It's like how many things you know about a person.
It's like how much of the lore do you get? And it's kind of like, I don't necessarily like, there's obviously, I don't know. I feel like that almost creates like a level system of, well, you have to know this to be at this level.
This song.
When so much of
about
friendship
quality
does
time.
transcend time and does also like, you don't have to have been there for the whole lore, but it's the idea of like,
how have you used the time you've got?
Yeah, it's like actually understanding who someone is now.
Mhm.
You don't have to know everything about who they have been, but understanding who they are now as a person and observing that and like engaging with where they are.
Yeah,
is really
at this
cool.
current moment, which a big one for us is just inside jokes in general.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
That's a big one, and I think inside jokes in general are the kind of thing where if you can get an inside joke with somebody that you don't know very well, suddenly you have an instant icebreaker. And like I feel like in the office space, like inside jokes are very useful.
My friends' dads, I feel like had inside jokes.
Yeah,
you know, like something that happened one time, we'd be like, ho ho. When you see them, you're like,
oh, yeah, I know you didn't like that movie.
Yeah, oh,
yeah. But
the thing I was gonna say is now could be the time to tell the story of Bruv. I thought of this last night, and I was
that's
like,
our gift to the pals.
Yeah,
our gift to our pals is
one thing I will say too, because I wrote it down earlier and I don't want to forget it. One, does everyone like my hair? I tried to go very Cindy Lou Who with it, but then earlier when I was in there, I was thinking about Cindy Lou Who, and I was like, no, you look like Cindy Lou, huh?
That's really good.
Isn't that fun? Is that a good drag name for someone like Cindy Lou, huh?
And she's just a little bit confused all the time.
Yeah, she's like, huh?
Huh?
Who's that?
Huh? Me on the stage now, huh?
Where are you going? I'm performing?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
But we think maybe now is the time. Do you think so?
I think so, considering the fact that last night we were doing the bit for about
that's why I
no
think it
less
felt
than
appropriate.
7 minutes straight of us doing this bit.
So yes, this is going to be our example for knowing and being known.
Yes. It's the idea of being on the same wavelength with somebody. And anything is acceptable.
Yep.
Anything, not anything,
so
but you know.
If you remember a few weeks ago, we had shown you 2 videos for after our retreat. And we, one of them was Millicent singing, "Looks like we made it," because we had just made it to
and it was
the
very
spot.
foggy.
And then later, when we were outside wandering around,
Clearly a couple
video,
hours later.
Yeah, it's a video
Post hot tub.
but yeah, just like kind of dewy out, still a little wet from the shower. It's Millicent going, "Looks like we bruved." Now that might not make any sense, and it didn't at the time. And then we addressed that we didn't even talk about it in that episode because we had so many other things to talk about.
Yeah, we had said that we would give you the context, and then we never did.
We're gonna give it here and now. And again, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, we get it," and that's why it's an inside joke.
That's the whole point, guys.
But we're gonna
give
try
you a
and
little
explain it.
inside look at an inside joke.
But some jokes
here.
you re-explain, and you're like, it just was the energy of the moment that can't be captured again. So just know if you're like, I'm not getting it, that's okay.
That's okay. You don't have to.
It started by when we were in where we were in Oceano. It was a little cold out, and we had to go outside, and Millicent didn't have a jacket. But
It had looks like we made it stuck in my head all night, by the way.
Yes, she's been singing all
We
night.
had said it one time, and so I just kept repeating. That was my little vocal stem.
So then she puts her jacket on. She finds this jacket in her car. She had a bin, a basket of clothes, as most people do.
Sorry,
in their
trash
bags of clothes to donate to Goodwill or donate wherever. And she had a jacket in there, so she pulled that out. She said, "Oh, I donate to myself." She puts it on, and then she goes, "I feel like I look British in this."
Yeah, like I love the movie The Gentleman or The Kingsman too, and any of the men in England, I guess, but not like that. Like I actually have beef with.
Yeah, you actually don't like British men.
Yeah, and that's if you have a British male pal.
Yeah, maybe be the change for her.
But I zipped it up all the way, and it was the cut of the jacket.
It looks like one of those. It kind of looks like, you know, that photo of who's the actor who plays Edward Cullen? Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah,
where that meme of him where he's like in the jumpsuit and he's like,
like people will Photoshop him into like a kitchen or something.
It's just him. That is kind of what Millicent looked like. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of times those are like those like British guys, like those British like soccer dudes. Like you see this in Ted Lasso a lot, I feel like. Yeah. So Millicent turns around to me and goes, "Hey, bro." And now you guys know the whole story.
And then later on, we were walking, and I had it on again, and I
you said it immediately, and we started doing a bit for a while.
Oh yeah,
We start going back and forth. I think there's a video of this, but we look
because it's a
insane
character.
because we were laughing so hard. Seeing us in the moment develop a character is terrifying. Because Millicent said that. Then
have you guys seen The Substance? You know. When Margaret Qualley crawls out of Demi Moore's spine.
It's like
it's
that,
a
but
little
over
like
and
that.
over and over and over.
And so much more annoying.
Yeah. And
But
so Millicent started doing that.
And then Maddie started taking it into, that's me sister.
I feel like for these guys, these British guys that are like, may I say, we've never really talked about what he looks like.
No.
We just kind of know. But in my mind, because we are playing the same kind of character.
We're the same person.
Same person. But in my mind, he is like one of those British dudes who maybe he's been quiet at the bar all night. There's been a rowdy group at the bar, but he came alone. He's also got a reason to have a little bit of anger, but he wants some righteous anger.
Yeah.
He's drinking, but everyone's been like, that guy's weird all night. Okay. So the rowdy group, right? They start hitting on a girl. The
nose that tells you it's been broken before.
Yep. A little scrappy in the schoolyard.
Yeah.
And so he is sitting there just vibing. Like, everyone thinks he's not with anybody. And maybe one of the guys even tries to interact with him, and he's like, he's not receptive.
Honestly, the guy's kind of like, that guy's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he's kind of being weird.
He's not, like, in on the vibe.
So then they're hitting on a girl. She's kind of being like, no, thank you. Don't worry. The story doesn't go anywhere crazy.
Because he steps in.
He's going, no, she's going, no, thank you, whatever. But these guys are kind of just like, they're not leaving them alone.
Yeah, they're just kind of annoying them.
So that's when a voice from behind is heard. Oi, bruv. And they all stop.
Everything stops. And they turn to the corner. He's at the corner. He's leaning up
He's
against
still
the wall.
drinking.
He's at the bar, but the bar is
still
backed up against the wall. He goes,
the lady said no.
Then the guy says something back. He gets a little snarky. He says something like, who are you? Okay. And that's when he starts getting off the stool.
Because here's the thing, bruv. All this time you were running your mouth.
All this time you talking to her.
Saying,
and I'm a little
aren't
Australian.
Aren't you pretty? And yet, I'm sitting right here.
I'm watching.
You never said I'm pretty. Which is weird.
Because that's me sister. Yeah, guys. His sister's been at the bar the whole time.
The girl he's been is his sister.
And so then the bit goes further.
And also he needs like a name that's like not a real name, but it's like the Bruiser. Like he's got like so if anyone's got any thoughts,
Brutus, a little Brutus-y.
Hey there pals.com. Tell us what we should call this character's name. British
him?
Pals, maybe, or Irish Pals.
Yeah,
Let
Irish
us know
Pals.
what's the name for like a jerky British guy. I know you know, like a kind of a
we know you know.
like scrappy guy.
Yeah, give us
but he
some
might
good...
stand up for you anyway.
Yeah.
So he's going, oi, bruv.
That's me sister.
And again, you guys might be like, they're going Australian. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's kind of like the true transatlantic.
And here's the thing, for as much as we have done this accent and this voice, we have not locked it down.
Never got
Maddie has locked it down a lot closer than I have. I go Australian every time. Every time.
And I think when you go Australian,
and I don't know how to go Australian.
Can I tell you, when you go Australian, I go Australian.
And I know that.
Because I think I like doing Australian.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the easier accents for me.
It's not for me.
And I know if you're from Australia, you're probably like, it's not good at all, but I feel like I kind of get kind of close to it.
Australian
because I will say
rated.
we do have a bartender friend who's Australian, and we did yell at him one night a lot and made him say we practiced our Australian accent. True story. True story. But this guy, he's kind of an everyman, and I think that's a part of him because you can see
every
him,
hometown's got at least 5 of these guys,
and they look a little different. But so he's his main
he's
concern.
not even the bulkiest guy there,
and he loves his sister. You don't because again, I think maybe they kind of have a tragic backstory, and he's like always had to stick up for her.
Last night we did have a character development that she might have a bad leg. Guys, because hey, bro, my sister is special, bro. She needs somebody that's gonna care for her, bruv. Are you gonna be there for her? Bruv, I bet you didn't even notice her bad leg, did you, bruv? You were too looking at the gazungas, huh, bruv? I know, bruv. You say it's weird you're bringing out her gazungas.
That's me sister,
that's your
bruv.
Sister. It's not like that, bruv.
I think you forget that's me sister.
We both started on the same bazungas.
Yeah. It's not weird to say. It's, again,
not
Australian.
Weird. Yeah, guys, see. And then, the craziest thing is, I've never been able to do an Australian accent. It's only when I'm trying to do a Cockney accent that I end up
I
Australian.
hope you get really good at accents, but you have to be aiming for a totally different point on the map, and that's how you get there.
I'd love to get better at accents. God, I think 2.
Was there any more about the Brav story? I'm trying to think.
That's the
you
whole
guys,
context.
But we've been doing it, and I think what really sent us over the edge
And
was
it
that
makes us laugh.
saying looks like we made it, which again, no reason to put Brav in it. But I think you said it first of going, looks like we braved, and I was gone.
I was
Laughing so hard. Belly's full of pizza.
oh, the densest pizza. But
Heaviest pizza.
We're back in Christmas now, though.
Christmas time.
And that was our gift to you. You guys get a little.
You're
guys
in
are
on the
like,
inside joke
thanks,
now.
I fast forwarded.
I really hope the Irish pals are like, this is accurate. I hope you're like, I know a guy.
I think that the bruv for me, and this is so niche, it comes from, we read the book The Power by my Naomi Alderman.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched the show, and there's a character in the show who's very bruvy. Who's very
We
bruvy.
love a
Roxy. Her name's Roxy.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah, and
she's
the
really
daughter-
doing a lot of oi.
She's the daughter of a mafia man, but he doesn't think she can take over because she's a girl. She'll show him. So she gets the power.
Not a great show. Awesome book.
Yeah, the book also, it was interesting because it's one that I didn't necessarily agree with what she would believe would happen in the scenario, but it was like cool to have that conversation of like, what would happen?
And you guys just got to read it. Sorry.
The final thing, I feel like we can get to the challenge because I feel like Inside Jokes covers knowing. Well, unless
Yeah.
we want to talk more about knowing and being
Well, no,
known,
just
but-
know. I think it's just we talked about a little bit like 2 or 3 weeks ago the idea of knowing what buttons you can push with your friend,
Mhm.
and it's just observing those things. I
Yeah.
think too. And this also, that goes into the gift giving. It goes into all of that. Because a lot of times, Maddie will do this for me and I will do this for her. If I'm at the grocery store and I see a large can of SpaghettiOs and I'm already in the canned section, I'm going to go ahead and throw a SpaghettiO in my cart for my pal.
I love that they're like, we know you buy each other things at the grocery store.
We get it!
It's just the place we're at the most.
Sorry.
I think something that I really enjoy is really stepping into people's like energy, and I don't even necessarily mean that in like a super spiritual way, just more of kind of being like, what vibe is somebody at, and trying to meet them there, because you can really learn a lot being on someone else's wavelength. You can really step into their world for a second and see it how they see it, which might help you kind of like not deal with them, but like learn how to connect with them better.
Yeah. Well, there's that a word that I know a lot of people like because I've been on Tumblr and Pinterest is sonder. It's like the realization that other people in the world are living full lives as well. And if you acknowledge that and you are able to grasp that, you can really view it as an exploration of everybody else has their own world. And I kind of want to get to know it a little bit. Yeah, and that goes back to wonder fun. And all of every part of that. So wherever you are in a friendship with somebody, try to understand them more by meeting them where they're at and being like, okay, even if my friend is maybe lower energy tonight or whatever that is, meeting them where they
maybe
are.
I'll be there.
And not expecting that. And also, I will say too, or
if they're excited about something, meeting them and you're like, I didn't have a great, maybe just meeting them where they're at and like seeing how fun it is to be in their excitement for a minute. Like stuff like that is true connection.
Yeah. If somebody just saw something that they really liked and they get to like, I think that's one of the reasons that we like doing the YouTube video. Like we enjoy, and we were with Maddie's family. We literally did it a whole night where it is just passing back and forth being like, what videos on YouTube do you like and why? What songs, what music videos? All of that, there is something really cool about of
like learning why
when
someone
did you
likes
first
something.
start listening to this.
Well, we did that like 2 years ago. We had when the bimbos were over. Everyone went through their Spotify Wrapped and played each other their top
That's
song.
a great Spotify Wrapped came out today.
Guys, that's free gathering.
Yeah,
which I think kind of honestly goes into our challenge for this week. Yeah, which is give what you can, and by that it is I wrote give to those in need, and your people are those in need. Like the people, because I think if you donate to charity. Amazing. Great. If you haven't donated to charity and you've always wanted to, maybe start this year. Maybe just like a couple dollars to one that you believe in.
Or if you truly are like, I don't have any money, donate. You can donate your time.
Yeah, your time. Like, truly, if you want to, try it out. I bet you'll love it. But I think we get so caught up in trying to figure out what's the most dire cause right now, because it does seem like we have a lot of dire causes right now. So I get the pull to like want to help save our world, which is amazing. Keep going on that if that's a passion you have.
Yeah.
But the people around you need you, and they are suffering too, or we're all looking to these bigger causes, and those, again, the big causes need as many hands as they can, but like we can't even offer hands because everyone else is so in the weeds with themselves, where I feel like once you start like truly connection of, oh, hey, I don't have this resource and I'm really struggling with this. Does anybody else I know have this? Oh, they can help me. And in return, I have this resource to offer them. Like, you might think you have nothing to offer, but you do.
And the stronger your community gets, the more capable you are as a group to propel those causes that you care about.
Yeah.
Because one person, you being able to donate X amount of money to a charity is fantastic. But imagine if you were able to create a community where everybody is cared for and has more of a bandwidth to give as well. And then you guys can all do something together in the future. But like, especially moving forward into what feels like uncertain times and what in very many ways is uncertain times, the stronger you are at your foundation, the more capable you're going to be able to like hold other people down and help them and like actually do true good. And it's kind of you can't help somebody. You got to put on your own air mask.
Yeah.
You do. But then you got to put on the air mask of the person next to you. You're not going to run up to the front of the plane to be like, I got to make sure the pilot's okay.
Like, somebody's getting the pilot up there. You get the people around you.
And you'll be able to help out the pilot at some point.
Yeah, or somebody close to the pilot will.
Yeah, and you can help the person that's close to the pilot.
Yeah, everyone's like, what's wrong with the pilot? We're like, he needs help.
Guys, he's had a rough day. There's that Denzel Washington movie where he gets put on trial for doing like, he like lands a plane almost like Captain Phillips style, but then they find out that he had a ton of cocaine in his system and they were like, you're under trial. And he's like, I saved their lives.
That goes
it goes unimaginably
to prep for this episode, we just watched that clip of Denzel like giving life advice to that girl, and he's like, sit down, shut up, get off social media, log off, work hard.
And we hadn't watched it this far
we
yet.
hadn't watched it to the end. He keeps going, and then the girl's like, can you be my therapist? And he, without missing it, he goes, I already am. And she's like,
the way I would have been blown through the wall, like that would have been a shotgun blast to the stomach to me.
Give to your people and me.
Guys,
but it really is. And again, I think I talked about that book, Humankind, that I was reading. That's kind of just like the argument for humanity being good, which is beautiful. And one of the studies they talk about is like, you could have a bunch of geniuses in a room, but they're never going to get smarter than friendly people who are in community with each other because they're able to learn from each other, and their like skills are times 20 versus the genius who only knows what they know. Even if they know a lot, if they're not learning from other people, which kind of is like a duh, but it's like, that's really how, I can't say how many times one of our friends been like, does anyone have this thing? Probably long shot, and someone will be like, I do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Or being like, is anyone going to the airport on Friday? Someone will be like, I am, just ride with me. We'll save money. Win-win. Like, stuff
also,
like that.
when we talk about it a lot, but it's because it was one of the first things that like we were really excited to see was like our friends watching each other's dogs over Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a cool, like,
people who like hadn't even spent that much time together being like, sure, I'm going to be home for Christmas. I'd love to spend some time with a dog.
Yeah.
I'll go walk your dog.
Everybody is winning. It really is just a beautiful thing. And beyond in terms of doing good, of like helping those people around you, it's just, I don't know. There's so many people in our direct communities that really need us. And like the stronger our communities are.
And that's why like your challenge is like, even just writing a card, like if you're watching a TV show to unwind at the end of the day, like just get out a blank sheet of paper and write a letter to somebody that you're thinking of them. Like, it does not take much, because think of
paper
how
snowflake.
Much you would love to receive that. I mean, like, oh, somebody thought about me in my day, and that's all we want. Everybody wants to be thought about.
Give what you can, whether it's a lunch date with somebody,
like even just going
grabbing
to get coffee.
Truly being like, hey, I'm gonna go Christmas shopping here on this day. Do you want to come with?
Yeah,
and we can both wear Santa hats and go.
So fun.
Or make it fun, but make this season yours, and make it yours with other people.
And we will have something special coming out sometime in the coming week.
It's not an episode.
Wait. It's not an episode.
Yeah. It's not an episode.
No, it's not.
We won't say, maybe we shouldn't even say anything else.
But just know something else will be coming. But other than that, I want to say this is the last time we'll see you like this before the
Christmas,
the New Year
and the new. Oh wow.
That's why I wanted to say happy holidays.
Oh, happy Palidays.
Everyone, happy Palidays.
Guys, this is our first Christmas together.
This is my favorite time of the year, you guys. Everybody's in it. Well, I do love Halloween. But everyone, I just feel like it's like, and my birthday, so I'm like, everybody's celebrating.
Yeah, it is, Maddie. And this will be our last. Wait.
I
should have done.
Sometimes you gotta
fish
her back out.
Sorry.
Where'd you go? She's had a That's So Raven.
It's that Doctor Strange like just out of my body. Me realizing that I should have done a birthday surprise, birthday surprise for the show on.
I don't want to have a birthday on on here, but I just want people to know, because I think sometimes December birthdays are like, I have to share it with the holidays. It's like, but everything's already decorated. That's my grandma always used to be like, I pretend like they're celebrating me.
I love
was
that.
like, I love that. I just like that people want, like, they're getting to
Our
put
little
up,
Sagittarius baby.
again, like, guys, you know you're gonna have to put up Christmas decorations. Have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
Make some tea. Make
I
some
made a
hot
simmer
cocoa.
pot.
Turn on a fun, cheesy Christmas movie. If you're looking for a cheesy one, the Lindsay Lohan Fallen for Christmas. It was bad and
Or
it was amazing.
I've been saying this to everyone in the last 48 hours. If you're looking for a Christmas movie that feels like a Christmas classic for the whole family to enjoy, Neil Patrick Harris, 2-Bit Christmas on HBO Max. I don't know why, but my mom and I watched it 2 years ago, and I love it.
I did hear people saying it was good.
It was very good. Very, very lovely and family friendly.
And make a little card while you're at it.
Yeah, make some cards. Do some crafts. Decorate some cookies. Make a gingerbread house.
Fun.
Have fun. And
Happy Palidays.
happy palette.
We wish you a Merry Palidays. We wish you a Merry Palidays. We wish you a Merry Palidays and a Happy Pal Year.
I like that we both
Yeah, I think we had them both covered. Bye, pals.
Bye, pals.
Pals. Oh, yeah.
Of this conversation, mate. If you haven't understood that that's my sister. Like the rocks. Oi, mate. I go ahead and toss another shrimp on the Barbie and recognise that is my sister. That shrimp you just put on the Barbie? That's my Barbie. Hold up, my sister. If you go right, that's my room. If you go left, that's my sister's room. Yeah, alright. 38 years old, still living with me mum. It's only because I love my sister. My sister's got a bad leg, you see. The first thing I noticed when I lost eyes on her, I got back, and I was talking to her. And that was weird because that's my sister.